Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Premier Hotspur with your hosts, Si and Matt.
Yes, guys. Welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again with the fans calling show, guys. Joined again by my co-host Matt. Matt, how's it going?
No, good, mate. Really good. Really happy with the performance. The passion is back at Tottenham, and I mean, I don't have anyone complain today. We didn't play. I thought we played brilliantly. I really do, and I think Liverpool were lucky to get out there with a point, to be honest. But it was a great game. I think that's the best game of the season so far for me. In terms of every game I've seen, it was just end to end, mate. If I was a neutral, you'd be loving it. But not sure about being a fan. It was interesting.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you're going to come into the chat, guys, the link is in the description. So just go in the description. The link is in there if you want to come on and speak to me and Matt. Me and Matt will just go for a while. It won't be long tonight. Matt, let's talk first about the performance and things like that, and how well we think Tottenham played today, and what a game it was. But not so the so-called pundits and so-called Liverpool manager after the game. I think that was just a bit disrespectful from Jurgen Klopp, because Conte come out and said it was a brilliant game, end to end. Both teams went for it, and there was Jurgen Klopp saying these teams, these players worked very hard. You know what I mean? And excuses. He was looking for excuses and wanted Kane sent off, wanted a penalty and things like this. Matt, what do you think of all that? Of Jurgen Klopp coming out afterwards like that? But first of all, what a great game. 2-2. What an absolute belt of a game, Matt.
Yeah.
So just give us your insight, Matt. Let's speak about the game first, Matt.
Yeah.
Let's speak about the first half. How the lineup. I mean, wasn't surprised with the lineup, Matt. If we're honest.
No, yeah, we heard about it. We heard about it earlier in the day, didn't we? So
yeah, and we was all like, oh, Dele's there, oh, Wink's there, oh, and Don Bailey and Jake, the Liverpool fans rubbing his hands, and what a show they put on, Matt. First half, let's go through it. The first half, what a performance.
Yeah, it was quick from the start. There was passion in it. You know, it was the Tottenham that we've come to know. 3 or 4 years ago, or even before. Maybe at the beginning of that 2015-16 season, and then 2017-18. It was that type of kind of performance and the togetherness. The passion's back. You can see it in the celebrations. I mean the goal, I mean, I'm so happy for Harry Kane. I celebrated so much when that goal went in because he looked up for it today. And I said he was going to score today. And it was a great ball from Ndombele. It was absolutely superb. But, it was Harry Winks, who won the ball from Keita, wasn't it? He snapped into the tackle. Something me and you have had a go at for Winks. He's not aggressive enough and won't put his body on the line. But I'll tell you what, he won that ball today, and I thought he was good in transition. I thought he was really. I thought we had a game plan. You could see it. I said Liverpool should not play such a high line against Kane and Son. I said it earlier, didn't I? And I said if you do, you're going to get punished. I mean, we should have scored more. But it's one of those days, and other times we'll be scoring 5 or 6, I'm sure. But I just thought that there was a specific game plan there today, and I don't think Liverpool can handle it. I think we targeted the young kiddie in midfield, Morton, I think his name is. He looked like he struggled, to be honest, with the pace. I thought that was a bit bit harsh putting him in such a big game, but maybe they didn't have any other choice. But I mean, they could have maybe played someone a bit more experienced in there, or maybe changed formation, and then he wouldn't have had to be so open. But it led to a great game. But I think Spurs gave it absolutely everything. In the first half and over the whole game, and players who players who we think are. I'm not. Still not going to go too ahead of myself, but it was lovely to see certain players who are, we've really been right, get him out, putting in shifts.
Well, that's it, Matt. We'll go through bit by bit, Matt, bit by bit. And I said, guys, if you are in the comment section, guys, if you are watching in from the out, guys, the link is in the description. If you want to come on and have your say for a couple of minutes, so click in the description, links there, and come up your say. There's Jake. Well. I'm sure Jake will come on in a minute. I'm sure that's him in the background. It's Brian Daigle in the background. And we've got Mr. Daigle. Yes, lads. How are we both? Brian, we are both well. Hope you're safe, lads. We'll speak to you in a minute. I'll get you on. And Bob's, that's a performance Bob's we'll love to see today, Brian. Yeah. Absolutely, Spurs back at it again. Let's get Brian on if he's ready.
How are you doing, lads? Sorry, I've got the camera off because I'm just having a cigarette. So once the cigarette's gone, I'll put the camera on. But how are you, boys?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Not bad. Yourself?
All good. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm back in London.
I do, mate. Yeah, no, fair play to you. Obviously, for coming over, and I suppose when you know more about Bob, obviously send us, send love from here. I can
give you an update of where we are now. So I don't know how much you've been watching where I've been or whatever, but just to let your subscribers and listeners know, because obviously it's taking over Tottenham YouTube. The community, I have to say very quickly, this whole YouTube community. We know how close it is and how people talk behind the scenes, not just the YouTubers, the people in the live chat as well that we speak to on a regular basis. The love and support they've shown him, not just him, but to Kim and obviously to myself with trying to get over. I got help with a ticket from the Spurs community. It's just wonderful to see when you always know how to judge people when times get rough, not when times are good. When times are good, everyone wants to know. When times are bad, that's when people stand up to be counted. And the Spurs community have been superb. So the update at the moment is on Thursday night, he was moved to Milton Keynes. Why, we don't know, but he's there, and we're very happy he's there because this hospital, they're calling Kim all the time. If Kim needs to call them, they're answering the phone. They've been responsive. They've been very good. Brilliant. So the good thing is he's down to 45% dependency on the oxygen. It was hot in the high 80s and 90s at one point. Okay. So there is improvement. And what happened as well yesterday in this hospital, normally what they do with this ventilation for COVID, especially because Bob's got pneumonia as well, is they rotate him during the day so they can relieve pressure off the lungs.
Yep.
Yesterday, they didn't feel the need to do that. Brilliant. So what's been happening is since he's gone to this hospital, he's trending in the right direction. But the hospital keeps saying to Kim, who tells me, this is something to be positive about, but it could change like that. So he's in no means out of the woods. But what we can say for the last couple of days, he's trending in the right direction.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant news. Right. And I said, just so fantastic support. Everyone, I've been watching streams and everyone just literally just stopped talking about Bob's and just giving them the love and support, and what Kim's doing is fantastic. You know what I mean? So, and Brian to come over, mate. Absolutely. What a legend. What an absolute top man.
Listen, when your brother and your best mate is hurting, you literally get over, or you do whatever you can. And thankfully, like I said, he sent me a message a couple of days before he went into the coma saying, like, I wish you were here. I wish you were here. And his breathing was horrible. And now, because of COVID, obviously, you book a flight, you just can't jump on a flight and do it. You have to book it, get 2 days, wait till that comes in. And I was saying to myself, if I didn't come over and something happened, I will never, ever forgive myself after that message. So I managed to do the one thing I will say, my God, when Bob wakes up and turns his phone on, I think it's going to explode with the amount of notifications he's going to get, because it's been absolutely staggering what's happened.
Absolutely
So,
fantastic.
but in the talk of trending in the right direction, what a performance we've just watched.
Absolutely, Bright. First of all, Bright, did you say you was there today?
No, do you know what it is? I wanted to go to the West Ham game. I didn't say I'll go today because obviously I had to do my 2-day test and it might not, it still hasn't come back.
Right.
And then obviously my parents are going away for New Year, and my dad's got a chest infection, and who they're going with has just recovered from cancer and has heart issues. So there's no way I'm putting anyone. I could probably be totally safe, but there's no way I'm risking it. And like I said, if I can get to games, I will. But I plan to be at Palace. I plan to go to Southampton away with Ben and Simeon, and hopefully some more games. But if anything happens with Bob, good or bad, and I'm needed, then obviously Spurs come second. So I plan to go at games. But yeah, unfortunately, what a game that I could have gone to but didn't. Just typical.
Absolutely, Bob. That's what me and Matt were just speaking there. We were just speaking on the first half, and we got at them straight away. We looked sharp. I thought going to this game will be the opposite. I thought would have been leggy, will have been out of sort, not trained, not played.
Yeah.
But my God, did they come out the blocks firing? I don't think no Liverpool fan can give us excuse about we had this player out. They still got an absolute unbelievable squads. We had players out as well. We had a midfield of Tungi, Winks, and Dele. Who would have thought that today, Brian, and get a 2-2 draw? And not just luck. We could have just absolutely put this game to bed, especially in the first half, them chances.
So do you know what? First of all, what a wonderful feeling to feel that we're disappointed with a point against Liverpool.
Absolutely.
And then I'm like you. When I saw that midfield, I thought, oh, here we go. That we are going to get steamrolled. But do you know what? I also credit Ben Davies and Sessegnon, because I've never seen Salah that quiet all season.
I know. Well, I think that's the only time he has. We're the first ones to keep him quiet. I'm pretty sure he's assisted and got a goal in every game, because he would have broken Vardy's record today, but he didn't.
There you go. There you go.
Have some of that.
Do you know what? Like people know, I am the biggest Dele out there is. I'm so done with him, and I'm so vocal with this. But what I've got to do is, if I'm man enough to bitch him and moan and slate him, I've got to be man enough to credit him. That was a world apart. If there's only 2 negatives that I've taken from that game, and only 2, and they're minor. First of all, Dele Alli, his overall performance was superb, but he should have just powered that first time shot.
Oh my God!
It's a great save, but Dele Alli,
it was a hell of a save, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a great save, but he went low and tried to place it. He should just put his laces through it, whatever. But that's a minor compared to his performance. And then the only other criticism of him was that little layoff to Kane in the second half. Was just poor. But that, Joe, what from what we've seen of Dele, I'm giving him a pass with that, because that was so much better than what we've seen. And the only other criticism I had is Emerson has got to work on his crossing. He has got to sort this out. Because if it was Trent Alexander-Arnold or Robertson, every single cross, it may not go to the man, but it's in the box to cause chaos or whatever. And he gets himself into such great positions.
Yeah.
But his final ball is got to be worked on, because there were so many opportunities. But these are, do you know what? These are 2 minor negatives that I'm taking. Like we said, if you had said that's what Conte has done with an injury or COVID outbreak ravaged team, imagine what he'll do when they're all fully fit.
Absolutely, Brian. Before we get back onto it, Richard, how are my muckers tonight? So happy with that performance today, and Conte is taking us in the right direction. Richard goes on and he says, lads, I'm not on Facebook or Instagram because I've been a bad boy in the past. If you know what I mean, ladies, cough. Try and give me your address somewhere, some way, etc., and I'll give you a drink. I'm not even in that. If you just pass on your email address, Richard, if you want to do that, mate, pass your email address onto the chat, and we can give you the our addresses over that. Lily White Lane, yes, Robbie, thanks for coming in. Great stream, lads. Richard says, can't wait till the summer to see the project taking shape within the Italian mafia in transfer, etc. Richard, thanks you very much for coming in. Guys in the chat, The link is in the description, guys. If you want to come on, just hit the link and we'll get you on. Where were we? Yes, where was we? Talking about Dele Alli. Me and Matt, Brian, me and Matt, we've been absolutely supporting this guy for months and months and months, where people are putting him down. Then we come to the end of it, saying, do you know what? We're not seeing it. We're trying to support him, but today just flips you to the other side again, Brian. You know what I mean? It's like, we need this week in, week out. We can't just have one good performance. Now go away at Burnley, go away at Brighton, give us that performance.
Maybe that formation suits him.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that 3-5-2, it shows what an impact it has on Kane and Son. They had so much. But with Dele, do you know what it is? Like you just said, Simon, it's the consistency. He can come on and do this on a one-off game. We know he can, and he does it. Now he's got to say, okay, this is me. This is what I can do, and show it regularly. Not just one game. Let's see if he plays against West Ham and he does it again. Let's see if he plays, because we don't know how fit everyone is. We don't know how fit Skip and Højbjerg will. And with this Christmas and with this surge of games being rearranged that we're going to have coming up, he's going to need to be counted for. And today has been a step to say, do you know what? This is what I used to be, and this is where I'm trying to get back to. One game is a great statement, especially in the game against Liverpool. But do it consistently.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And the man I'm going to bring in now, the Liverpool fan.
Hello.
Jakey.
How you doing, Jake?
My friend.
I hope you're well. Oh God, that was so stressful.
Go on, Jake. Take us through it. Go on. That first half.
He weren't expecting that, I'll tell you.
Matt, don't reveal what I sent you before the game about your midfield. When I saw the Spurs lineup, I was with my hands thinking that midfield, the midfield I was praying for. Oh, that first start, I was tearing my hairs out. It was so obvious. We were getting done because our fullbacks were so high. And because Conte played two up front, we had literally 2-on-2 at the back, like every time. It was driving me nuts. And then Kane scores. Fair play. I knew he'd score because he ain't scored for bloody ages. And then first chance against us, and he bloody scores. And then I can't remember if it was beforehand. Kane had another one. I think it might have been beforehand. And Canate blocked it.
Canate blocked it. That's it. Yeah.
That one, and then. I'm going to ask you all, I want you to be honest, should Kane have been sent off?
No.
I mean, no. In the rules of I suppose the new rules, yes, but I want my striker to do that. That's the Harry Kane I know, who fights for every, the way he's a bit of a shithousery player. We've seen it, the last couple of years, and that's why we love him, because we know every other fan hates him. But he's our guy, and, he could have scored a hat-trick today, but, there was a lot of instances I'm sure we can all talk about, but Robertson against Spurs, I think it was last year or year before, where he did a high tackle on Tanganga. He got a yellow card for that. So I said we were due a bit of luck against Liverpool for once, and
So Jake, do you know what? I'm going to be honest here. When that happened, my mum asked me to do something first. I actually haven't seen it, but what I will say is, from what Twitter and a lot of things that I'm hearing, it should have been a red card. So I'm going to go with that and probably say, yes, it should have, but I can't say yes or no. What I found funny is that obviously they went over to VAR for the Robertson one, and I don't believe they did for the Kane one, did they?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't get looked.
So it's that consistency they got salt.
Well, the thing is, Bright, he let play go, and he went upstairs, and it come back down. That it's clear that it was just a yellow card. It did go upstairs, and let play go on.
It's the thing. It's again, VAR this season is definitely an improvement on last season. It most definitely has improved the way they're dealing with it or whatever.
To me, the reason why, Bright, sorry, mate, the reason why I say it's not a red card. The game was playing at a fast tempo. It was, and all what Kane was doing, he's lost the ball, and he's always gone. He's trying to win the ball, right? Kane is not that kind of man who's trying to hurt people. Do you know what I mean? And what he's done, because it's coming at a fast tempo, he's got the ball but he's got the man as well. But to me, is it reckless? No, I don't think it's reckless. I think it's a bad connection. That's what I'll say. It's a bad connection. I won't say it's reckless. Not like Robbo.
What I'll say in closing on that. What I'll say in closing on that is obviously we all talk about when the big teams like a Liverpool or United or City get a decision against that goes very easily for them. I will have to say England captain tax came very much into play here, where there's things that got away. Like I said, Jake, if I see you again on a stream or on Twitter, I will let you know. Is that your Twitter handle below?
Yeah, just on there, yeah.
Let me follow you on Twitter now, and I will get back to you and let you know if I think it was a red. But listen, I'm going to go with what a lot of Spurs fans are saying. It should have been a red. So I'm going to say that and stick with that. But yeah, I think England captain tax definitely came into it.
But Jake, could you answer this one? Was Jurgen Klopp a bit sour grapes at the end, though?
Have you seen his interview? He's not happy with Paul Tierney. I would not like to.
But what I'm trying to say, what me and Matt was just speaking behind the scenes before we come live, is Jurgen Klopp got asked at the end, well, what a game it was and things like that. He went straight away to like, my players work so hard. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, give Tottenham a bit of credit. You know what I mean? We gave you a game today, and. Yeah. I mean, but Conte come out afterwards and he said both teams went at it. It was a fantastic game. Afterwards, thought between him, Jamie Carragher, what an absolute arsehole. Can't stand that guy one bit. You know what I mean? Gary Neville, what another one. You know what I mean? Absolutely. When Tottenham played well today, there was no credit from them two. Jamie Redknapp gave some credit. Jermaine Defoe, obviously, ex-Tottenham boy. But them two did not give no credit. All they moaned about was sending offs, penalty decisions, and things like that. I mean, it really, really irritates me. Do you know what I mean?
I think both teams could have had a penalty today. I really do. You know,
don't get me wrong. Jota was.
He was fouled. But I believe Dele was fouled. He got pushed in the back by Alexander Arnold. You can't do that. You can't chop your hand down.
That was the softest push. I could have blown wind at him harder than that push.
You can't do that.
No, you can't.
You can't put your hand on someone's back.
But this is what I hate about modern day football. This is what I hate between modern day football now, not just with Tottenham. These players, if they feel the slightest touch, they go down. I think, in all honesty, there's more contention. I think it was Reguilon near the end where he got taken out right on the corner of the 18-yard box. I think that was more dubious than the Dele Alli one. But like I said, I mean, we go back to that first half one with Emerson. I thought at one point it was a tackle. And then the follow-through took him down. That was very fortunate. Yeah, very fortunate that they didn't get it. But Jake, are you surprised that with our back three obviously not being the strongest in the league because of the players we have, were you surprised at how quiet we kept Salah today?
It's probably the worst. I wouldn't say he played bad. He just wasn't involved. He just not, because I think it was difficult because we were playing such a high line that we were basically just playing in your half anyway, so we didn't have the space, like much space to do anything with it anyway. And I was tearing my hair out because looking at if we talk about the actual game before, like the situations, how Klopp did not change it after like 30 minutes was like mind blowing. It was so obvious to see we were getting done on the counter so many times, and honestly, it could have been like the one where we got hammered by Villa, like 7-2. If Kane takes his chances, you think of the one where he heads it over the bar from about 3 yards out. You should score there. I'm trying to think of some other ones.
If Dele laid the better pass to him, that just slides it across Barry. He's got a tap in. He's scoring that.
The worst thing for us is our two best players. One got sent off, and one basically made a clown for the second goal because Robertson was like one of our best players, and he does I got no complaints about the Robertson one. He's stupid. I don't know what, probably emotion or whatever. I don't know.
Yep.
But that's 100% a sending off. But you think of the save Alisson made from Dele Alli. Oh my God, what a save! Like that is what you pay the money for a world class keeper.
But then
and then he makes a clown
Yeah,
at the other
yeah.
end.
Yeah. Well, he
I
did one
guarantee-
in the first half as well, Jake, didn't he? When he got a misunderstanding with Trent in the first half. This is the thing. When Alisson has one of these games, he makes a couple of these in a game. Then he'll go months without making a single mistake.
Yeah.
But when he makes it, and it just goes to show what I think, it shows how vital Van Dijk we know. But you know what? And I said this on another stream today. I said, don't count out or disregard just how vital and huge it is that Fabinho is out.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
massive.
vital. He is vital. They say about Van Dijk,
I
but
think Henderson as well.
the reason that your front line is as dynamic and quick as it is, like Fernandinho at Manchester City, is because that guy just sits there. And I'm sorry, Thiago, who comes and is a good player, he's shown it in fits and bursts with Liverpool, but Fabinho is a colossus miss for you. Colossus.
I do think
100%.
Henderson as well. I do think Henderson, because he is obviously captain.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He does set the press for Liverpool. Every game I watch him, he sets that sort of tone. But both teams, like we say, we said there's going to be no excuses today. It was a great game to watch. It was end to end.
Absolutely, it was end to end. It was absolutely fine. But going back to Dele Alli missing the first half, I think Alisson showed him where he's going. He had time in the world. Yeah, Alisson's gone. Alisson's gone. All he's got to do
and knocked it in the other corner.
Mopped into the other corner.
Yeah,
but don't take away. It's a great save.
It was
a great save.
Well, first of all, it was a fantastic through ball by Son to split three players. And
unbelievable.
Do you know what, Dele Alli? Like I said, when you've got that space and your confidence is that low, and you know what the fans have been saying about you, just put your fucking laces through it. Just
absolutely.
He kind of tried this. If that was Dele 3 years ago, and he wants to try and curl it round into the far corners to make it look good, I've got every confidence in the world with him. But when you're not going to get a better chance, in all honesty, to put us 2-0 up. And the thing is, 2 minutes after that, Liverpool go and score. And I'll just say, but with Liverpool's goal, then I need to go. Do you know what? I'm not even faulting the defence. The thing is,
it's a great goal.
Davies should have done better. He kind of miscontrolled whatever.
He got a bit unlucky, didn't he, really?
Yeah, but the thing you've got to remember, like I was saying about with Emerson earlier, when Andy Robertson puts the ball in, you know it's going somewhere when he's got time to do it.
Stop him getting that cross.
And the header from Jota was sensational. Back across went. So there's no, you know what? Like I said, Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer, and Ben Davies, whenever a mistake is made, we're very, very quick to go, those bastards, they're not good enough. But the thing is, they have been good enough. And they deserve, over the last 4 games, they haven't conceded a goal in the Premier League.
Eric Dyer's
against Leeds.
Eric Dyer's been brilliant this season. He really has.
Ben Davies has been a goddamn revelation.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of Sanchez, and I think Sanchez just needs to feel loved and get some consistency. And if you were to say we haven't really missed Romero, that's a huge statement. But I'm not having anyone say that the defence was at fault of goal. When Robertson gets the ball, 99.9% of the time, it's going straight to a Liverpool player. And it did. And it went to probably your most informed player over the last few. Jota is incredible.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about it, but I'm going to have to leave you there because I've got a few things to do. But Jake, I will message you. I'll message you on Twitter later.
No
Brian, give us your man of the match before you go, mate.
So I'm saying Davinson Sanchez. I'm a huge fan of his, and he gets a lot of criticism. And you know what? The reason I gave it to him is in the final minutes when he made that sliding tackle to intercept that cross. Davinson Sanchez would normally, like his Man City pencil dive, slide too early or miss the ball, it get deflected. To read it and have the anticipation, he's sliding before the ball is crossed, was superb. And I'd give it to any of the 3 defenders because what they are doing under Conte, like every single player performed today. But I'm giving it to Sanchez.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you very much for taking the time out.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Send our love to Bob's, mate.
Yes.
And Ken.
I will do. And I'm here till January the 13th. So if you need me on any shows, just send me a message. And we'll try and get you on Tottenham tour whilst I'm over as well.
Yeah. Not a problem.
All right, guys.
Brian,
speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, my friend.
See you soon, Brian.
See you soon, guys.
See
Bye.
you soon.
I'll tell you one thing
David.
I wouldn't mind talking about. I know Alisson made a great save, but I think that Hugo Lloris save on the Alexander-Arnold volley, that was literally on Sky. Oh, it's a simple save.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, he's absolutely levered it.
Yeah.
I just think if it was David De Gea and it's Gary Neville, he's all over that. I
I
just
think
thought that's
both.
not a simple save. And I thought
I
Lloris
think
actually
both
played
Trent and
well
Robbo was
again.
great today.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think
I
they were
think
both
Hugo
great.
had a good game. He
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah.
coming off his line again.
Yeah.
Quicker. But yeah, I do think Sessegnon had a good game as well. We didn't have Reggie on today, and I thought Sessegnon really did step up. He didn't have an easy task with Salah, but he stuck to his guns, and he got forward reasonably well, I thought.
Yeah, he was strong as well. When he come against Trent as well, was it the back end of the first half? That last chance for Harry Kane, where he just literally just pushed Trent off the ball. He's got power, and he's got power, and I think he done all right today. Got Simon saying Delhi went down faster when he gets stream sniped in Fortnite. It was embarrassing. He could have tried to do something false, a corner at least. I hate it when they go. Yeah, I totally agree, and I don't think that was. I can see where Matt's coming from. The arm was there.
It's not a dive, though, is it? It's not a dive.
I wouldn't say it's a dive. I wouldn't say it's a dive. I wouldn't say it's a dive, but I think he's just gone down in it and hoping for something. For me, Lloris is man of the match. Did Drex? Thanks for coming in, pal. Jake, just give us your when you saw the Spurs line up. Obviously, you're probably
I'll show the message
if you want. To me, mate, I really thought when I saw that, I went, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ!" But I tell you now, them three absolutely, especially first half,
what a shift,
worked their socks off. And Ndombele, what a shift he put in the first half! What a shift! And went missing the second half a bit. That's why he come off.
He was knackered.
Tired, he was knackered. Yeah, I think he put in a real good shift in the first half. Was you surprised how good that three was in the first half?
I'll be lying if I say that I was. I just thought, we could get at Spurs today, and we just didn't. But I think Klopp got
was it you, Jake? Was it you didn't, or we didn't let you, and we defended well?
I thought we started okay for the first 10, and then we just got overrun, and it was the high line for me. It had as soon as the first chance where Spurs got in behind, we had to just drop. We had to drop, or the fullbacks were way too high for me, and we were leaving 2-on-2 at the back, and it was just a no-go for me. You look at the chances Spurs created; they were if I was you two, I would be unbelievably annoyed you didn't win the game. I understand it's Liverpool, we're high in the league, whatever. I would be fuming if we had the chances you had and didn't win the game, especially.
Yeah, do you know what? That's the only thing I'll say, Jake, about the performance today.
We should have lost the game. Essentially, we should have lost the game.
Yeah, and I think Harry Kane, what he said after the game,
he knows.
It's not good enough. We got
in his comments. I've had enough of him already. His comment. Oh my God.
He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Harry Kane.
What was it? Go on, Jake. We'll let Jake have his say. Go on, mate. What do you?
I won the ball. No, I'm not having that. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. How he got away? He didn't get a look in. So I'm going to ask you two: was Robertson's a red, and was Kane's not, or were they both not, or were they both?
No, they're both reds, in my opinion. According to Robertson's was an absolute disgrace. That was done with malice for me, mate.
That was over the top.
Honestly, I think that's endangering an opponent. If someone punches someone in the face, they'll get like a 5 or 6 game. But Suarez got one for biting someone, didn't he? I know that's a bit different, but mate, that kick could have honestly broke Robertson's leg or his ankle, and it could have injured our player.
The thing is, if he went in with his both feet, in midair and has caught him, or if he 1 foot in midair, because to me, I think his foot was so low, and he's got a bit of the ball, and he's caught Robbo. You know what I mean? That's why I say it. To me, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was intentional. Like what Robbo's, and I still say I stand by my decision. I said it wasn't a red, me personally. I'm not saying it's Harry Kane, Jake. If it was a red, I would have said. But to me, I just think the tempo. That's all I can say, Jake. The way he was running. I don't think he could slow himself down because he's a big lad, and it's a big lad. He can't. It's just gone through him, and it's gone through him, and he's Okay, I think the highlights, if you go back on it, it looks worse than what it was. I think when he slowed it down. I mean, in real game time, the referee. I mean, how quick that game was getting played, and it did go upstairs. It did. I know it went upstairs. They checked it and they said it's fine. It stays in yellow card.
In the new rules of the game, it's a red card. So I'll agree with you, Jake. But I just think we were due some luck against you guys. I think you have had the rub of the green probably the last 7 sort of fixtures. To be fair, and I just think
me personally, I think it'll be a bit disrespectful. We're trying to overcloud the game through talking about a red card or penalty decisions.
Yeah,
I think to me, both teams went at it, and I say both teams were good today. I mean, going forward, okay, we both had our moments defending, like what Paul said here. There's Paul. There he is. Allison should be man of the match for me. So, Paul, how's the weather in Florida? We'll get back to that one. But to me, Jake, it shouldn't be over. It should be overshadowed, mate. And I think Jamie Carragher wanted that. If did you watch the whole of it afterwards?
I've seen clips of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, I'll watch it all afterwards. And Jamie Carragher went on about the red card and the sending off decision. I mean, the sending off and the penalty. That's all we kept banging the drum. Not like take that away and 2 really good teams come today. I mean, and there was just no credit from the Liverpool side for Tottenham. I mean, I think just disrespectful. I mean,
luckily we had Jermaine Defoe, so at least he thought.
Jermaine Defoe, he said to both teams.
I thought he had a balanced view. To be fair, I thought he was pretty good. He said, but it's like I said to you, Jay. I knew you guys would play a high line, and I warned you not to play one. But I do think that's how Liverpool play football. I remember Spurs under Pochettino, and we used to play a similar high line, and teams worked us out. Leicester over the top through balls and things like that, and you'll get exposed and you'll let in goals. Might have been a different game with Van Dijk there, but we could only play what was, I suppose, in front of us, and we had a few people out as well. I mean, no Højbjerg, not even in the game today, was he? Wasn't even in the squad, so. I think he would have done his bit in midfield, but I thought, I think to be done by these two today, I think sums it up, doesn't it?
Jesus Christ!
Oh dear. Simon says we all wrote this game. We all wrote off this game and said even a point would be a bonus. So I think we should be happy regardless of chances missed. It's a massive step in the right direction. It is in the right direction, but I'm disappointed still. As what Doug said, you should be kicking yourself. Them chances. And if you said to me, if Bergwijn was 1-on-1 or any other players, you would have said, "Oh, do you know what? They're not great at finishing." But when you got the likes of Son, Kane, Dele Alli in his prime, I mean, good finishers. You say to yourself, you're kicking yourself. You should have beaten Liverpool today. Edwardson, thanks for coming in, pal. Liverpool dominated the possession, but overall we had much the better chances and should have won that 5-2 or 6-3. Allison and Robson shared man of the match. If Robson had made more of the meal of that tackle, Kane would have had to walk. He's Scottish though. His nan's probably tackled him harder than that. But that's football. It blew up in the face. Which says the Scots are tough. They walk around in winters in skirts. And just going back on that then, Jake, going in that half-time 1-1, I mean, where me and Matt was probably thinking, where the fuck is this 1-1? How the hell? Because Liverpool goal was coming.
I was screaming for the half-time whistle after that goal.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to get in there. Because you were really going for it after that.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to get through this 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And as Jake said, you started the game well. You had a couple of chances early on. I thought, oh my God, here we go. This is what we've got to put up with. Jesus Christ. But Tottenham grew into the game. I don't think it was you let us. I think Tottenham, we had to. I think Conte just didn't like how we started the game. And then I think we got into our game. And then I said, we wonder what, you come back. And there's them chances. I mean, I knew before you scored your first goal, them couple of chances we missed. I knew that was going to bite us on the arse. And did you thought it was going to be one of them days when Spurs having all these chances in the first half, Jake? And did you thought, you know what, we're going to end up on an island here?
Yeah, there was the obviously the Delhi one, and I think there was I think it was Son at the back post. I think it was on the counter and Kane played it to the back post. I think Son was sliding. I think he just put it wide.
It bounced. It literally just bounced before it. It was actually really hard, but he didn't miss it by much, I'll tell you. But yeah, no, it was. You kind of wanted Kane to play it along the floor, but I think he thought if he plays it in the air, it's gonna it won't get intercepted as from a sliding tackle. So,
I
think
he controlled that shot well, though, Son.
Yeah, I think he did reasonably well. It wasn't
I think
easy.
he done reasonably well because it was at height, innit? And he's controlled that well. And he could have gone in. Go on, Jake. Sorry, mate.
No, just probably looking back on it from our point of view, I think it was probably the wrong game to play the academy kid, if I'm being honest. Don't want to be a bit harsh on him because I think it was his Premier League debut today, or his first start, or whatever. But he looked a bit out of his depth at times. He just looked lost a little bit in terms of where he was playing, in terms of, I think, where Fabinho would normally play. And he just looked a bit isolated at times. And I just think he got a booking as well. I think I would have changed it at half time, personally. I think because we were getting done on the counter so much, I would have probably changed to a 4-2-3-1, if I'm being honest, at half time and brought Bobby on.
But even Jake, I think one of the commentators was saying halfway through this first half, that when Wib was beating you, because it was 2-on-2 most of the time, they said Klopp's got to change this, and I heard them say that, but Klopp's got to change this somehow. But he didn't, did he? He didn't change it.
The issue, he's stubborn. Like you saw last season when we were losing games after game, he has his formation, he sticks with it essentially. So a bit frustrating to watch, but essentially, if your manager's got a system that he wants to play and he's not going to change, you just have to accept it at the end of the day. I think the fact that Tyler Morton was on a yellow card as well, and especially the way Spurs were playing on the counter.
Just go on just a bit on that Tyler Morton. I think he was thrown in there today. I think he started off all right, but it was too much for him. I think the occasion was a bit too much because that's that's weird saying that from Liverpool youngsters, because normally most of the Liverpool youngsters, they take the games by the scruff. Some of these youngsters, and they're very good at doing it. But in today, and that's what Matt said earlier, it was a bit harsh on Jurgen to put Morton in there, which he did have someone else on the bench. I mean, he could have replaced him with, but when he got that yellow card, mate, I think if you kept him off any longer, I think he was on for another mistake, probably his second yellow, probably. But then going at 1-1, obviously you're probably delighted with that. You're probably going, do you know what? Okay, but the chance they missed, they went one up. Okay, we'll probably take that one. But me and Matt was probably, I was, how the hell we're not at least got through here. I mean, it's kicking ourselves. But coming out to the second half, was I expecting Tottenham to make any changes? No, because I think Conte would have been happy with that first half performance. I think how it went on the first 15 minutes, Tungi was very leggy, and I thought he was going to be the first one. I knew he was going to be the first one to come off.
He kept giving the ball away, didn't he? He was trying to dribble out, and I was like, Liverpool pressed him, and I was like, it's time to get him off now. Get Skip on.
The amount of times he gave that ball away in the middle, where he was trying to go walking through people, and I think to me, I think he had to go off. Liverpool had the chances they did in the second half, and it could have went. I've said in the second half, especially second half, it could have went either way. It was proper end to end in the second half. So just give us your highlight, just your thoughts on that, Jake. That second half, and was you pleased with the outcome?
Second half, just as you say, it was end to end, wasn't it? You had chances, we had chances.
But let's stop you there, Jake. Let's stop you there because you went 2-1 up, yeah. And me and Matt was talking about this. Even Matt brought it up before me. In the build-up to that goal.
I didn't even celebrate at the time because I thought it was getting disallowed for handball. But then,
Now they're saying that because it went into a phase 2, that it's not part of that, if you want to call it a phase 1. So it still passed them. To me, I still class it as the build up.
It's led to a goal, hasn't it?
Led to a goal. And to me, do you want goals being chalked off or things like that? By the letter of the law, it's handball. But yeah, to me,
put it this way: if that goes
if
it goes in off his hand, it's disallowed. So what's the difference?
Disallowed. Exactly what the commentator said, isn't it? Obviously, if it goes in off his hand, it's disallowed. Or if it's come off and it's landed to, I think it was Marnie next to him. I think it was, I don't know who was actually close to him. And if he had finished it, it would have been disallowed anyway. So why should it went on for a couple more seconds and then Robbo gets the goal? And it's not, to me, it needs a bit more clarification. But yeah, go on, continue like that second half performance from yours. And was you happy? Was you happy with that performance today? Especially in the second half?
Overall performance, I think we could have done a lot better in terms of without the ball. I think our shape was a bit over the shop at times. Also, we get the goal, and then I can't remember how. And then we looked okay. We looked, it looked like the crowd might have gone a bit flat in terms of, our Spurs have, had the better chances of second half and stuff. So. And then Alisson makes that mistake. To be honest, if we could have, I'm sitting here saying that we were lucky to get a point. We could have easily won the game as well. If Alisson doesn't make that mistake,
what was he worried about, Jake? It seems like he was worried about when he was rushing out. Was he worried he was going to catch Son, or was he worried is the handball outside? Because it was a rare mistake from Alisson. It just.
I'm trying to think. I think it might be from kickoff actually. After we scored the goal, I think Kane went 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Alisson come out and cleared it. I can't remember if it was straight after we scored. I remember Kane going through, and Alisson come out and cleared it, like the same sort of situation. And then he does the same again with the Son one, and he just completely misses the ball. And then not long after that, Robertson does his stupid tackle, and then. When you've got 10 men, essentially, your back's against the wall then, essentially. But it's more annoying from a title race point of view because now we're 3 points behind City and they look relentless at the moment. Like, they look unstoppable at the moment. So it is what it is, essentially. We have to move on to Leeds next week if it carries on. But I heard some news not long after the game that apparently they're looking to suspend the 27th and 28th games or something, I think. I can't remember what.
They've got a meeting tomorrow morning with all the managers.
Tomorrow about it. Yeah. So, you look at the way Arsenal beat Leeds yesterday, we should wipe the floor with Leeds, essentially. But
the thing is, they got half their team out, mate. It's very harsh on Leeds yesterday, where that should have been called off, really. The amount of players they were missing was unbelievable.
It wasn't COVID, was it? It wasn't COVID for them. It was
injuries. I know. Yeah, it was injuries. And it's very hard to mix it, isn't it? What's going on? Derek says lucky Liverpool today. Simon says Alisson would have been my man in the match overall. We could have had spanked them, but he pulled off some masterclasses. And to be frank, and they could have spanked us with some of the balls he played. He's the number one ball playing goalkeeper. And was an opportunity missed from Edwardson. Richard says, I would have taken a point all day long before the match. I hope Liverpool win the league, proper football club, and play brilliant football. Pie and mash on Wednesday night. Let's hope Danny Dyer, Ravens, and I'm crying into their pants. Richard Evans, I prefer Liverpool to win the title over the rest of the pack. Great football club, done things in the right way. Dominated football and were only good under Whisker's nose. Here we go. Don't worry, Jake. Liverpool will win the league, not City.
I hope so.
Matt, let's go on to the Spurs perspective. We spoke majority about that first half. Gutted we couldn't get a couple more goals, kicking ourselves. The second half, mate. I thought to myself, that's a missed opportunity in the first half. That's probably it's the best I've seen us play all season. I thought we was going to tire out. I really did. I thought Liverpool, that's it, right, they're going to get us out of this. But we didn't, did we? We come straight back out, mate. And
Yeah.
how happy was you that second half performance, especially?
Yeah, I thought we put in another shift. We didn't let up. I think there were moments in the game where we decided to drop a little bit back, just to regain a little bit of our energy. And when we pressed as a team, it's not as individuals. It was as a team. It was led from the likes of Delhi, from the likes of Son, from Kane. I think Eric, like I say, Eric Dyer. I think he's been brilliant this season. I think he's getting really his passing through defence. He used to play in midfield, obviously, and I think it's that centre of a back three. I think he suits it really well. He can just focus on the bits that he's good at. Reading the game reasonably well, not having to be drawn out of position. Yeah, like I say, mate, it was full of passion. It's everything I want to see from Tottenham. Is what I've seen. It's what we used to see a little bit under Pochettino, but this is potentially going to be better. I do believe that. I think there's more in there, and the amount of chances we created today. I mean, yeah, it's annoying that we didn't put them away, but if we do that against other teams, we will score goals, a lot of goals.
Absolutely. And today it was, you could tell Liverpool missed. Virgil at the back, it was a massive miss. Seriously, it was like cutting through butter in it all the time. You're back to. I think Kanate, he was the shaky one. We knew to get at him because he was a bit shaky. To me,
the better of the two, though. I thought Matip.
Yeah, I thought Kanate was actually pretty good on the day. I thought Matip had a bit of a dodgy one, little bit. He got. I don't think he could handle the pace of Son. I really don't. I think he struggled.
I just think Kanate kept doing this sweeper role because Matip didn't have the pace to keep up with Son.
Yeah.
So I think the situation with the one that Alisson missed, Son is burning Matip, and Alisson just comes out to come and clear the ball, and he misses it. But then Matip, there was a situation. I think it was either the first or second half. Matip gets the ball from the halfway line, and he literally dribbles past everyone, get to like the 6-yard box, and doesn't shoot. He's literally on the 6-yard box, and he's trying to pass to someone. I'm like, just put your foot through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man,
absolutely. But even the commentator said, that's how good Virgil van Dijk is as a defender. It was a great ball from Tungi into to Harry Kane, but
that pass is underrated.
It's underrated. It was an absolute belter of a pass, and the way Kane's let it just flow through his body in his turn.
Lovely turn.
As what the commentator said, Virgil would have been closer to Harry Kane, and he would have just dive straight in with a tackle. Where Kanate was about a couple of yards behind in it, he should have been tighter to Harry Kane, and that's what you're missing it when you got quality like Virgil in it at the back. When he goes missing, when he's injured out, he's out injured or suspended. It's like I thought we was going to struggle without Romero, but I thought, especially in the second half, I thought Eric Dyer was unbelievable. Seriously, again, Ben Davies, and you got to give credit to Ben Davies and Session. They kept Salah very, very quiet today, and it wasn't. I wouldn't say Salah was terrible. I just don't think he was given much space. I think
defended really well. I think they defended really well.
I think that's down to the training ground.
Yeah.
Training grounds, Conte sitting them down and showing them videos and what Salah's about, and that's what a top draw coach like Conte. You know what I mean? He's not silly. He knows how to, and that's what I like about Ben Davies. He's not the colourful defender, but he'll do a basic job for you. He'll sit and he'll frustrate the life out of top player.
Nearly scored, didn't he? Nearly scored as well. I know it was offside, but he nearly scored.
As I said, he frustrated the life out of Salah today because everywhere he's trying to go, Davies was with him, Sesson was doubling up on him. So I think them two was really good today, keeping Salah quiet. And you bet on Salah all day long because he loves a goal against Tottenham. I mean, and Mane didn't look on it today, Jake, to me. He had spells. But to me, but Jota, I think, was the better man there. I think he was everywhere
brilliant
today.
today. Jota was really good.
I mean, and as you said, that goal was superb. You know, I mean, the way he got up, the way he planted that ball was a fantastic header. I mean, but the second half is just yet again same as the first half. The chances we missed again. We must be kicking ourselves, not coming away with 3 points today. But to me, coming away from this, my man of the match, I think. I fucking hate to say this. I thought Winksy was absolutely fantastic today. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm glad you said
I hate-
that because I actually thought he was our man of the match for Spurs. I thought he was brilliant in midfield.
I don't know who they give it because I didn't catch
I
it
don't
on.
know. They didn't
They
say.
didn't give it because they spoke to Kane, they spoke to the two managers, and I don't think they give man of the match. But I have to go back on it. But to me, I thought Harry Winks was. I think today, Jake. I think
they wanted to give it to Robertson, but he got sent off. So they were like, we can't really give Robertson man of the match. He's just been sent off because I think Gary Neville said it.
Oh yeah, Gary Neville. But to me, Jake, I think Winksy. I think he bossed that midfield today. I really do. Considering you had an unstrung midfield, I totally understand. So did we. So did we. When you got the likes of
passing today,
it was,
passing from Harry Winks. Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is he? I've never seen that in my life. It's sideways or backwards, but he.
But I'm not going to get carried away with it.
No.
I mean, because I want to see this week in, week out.
I want to see more of that deli. I want to see more of the deli I saw today.
What did I say in the preview earlier, guys? I want to see us go out there with some fucking character, with some balls, and that's what we did today.
Yeah.
And we did, and we went out there, and we went toe to toe with Liverpool today. Okay, on another day, if Liverpool had a full strength team out, maybe it'd probably been a different song. You know what I mean? Different, bit of a tighter game. But to me, it doesn't matter what Liverpool side you come up to. Very good Liverpool side. They've got good players all round. But to me, mate, I think we went toe to toe with you today, and the outcome. I would say a point. Do you know what? I'm gutted to say we should have won, but a point against the Liverpool side.
I think where we are, and we've had so much disruption when we were on a bit of that momentum. I'm taking the point. I'm happy with the team, and I will. We should have won the game. We should have took our chances, but we're creating again.
Conte was disappointed after his interview. He was deflated.
Go and take that aggression and annoyance and go and do it against West Ham.
Absolutely. This is what I want to see, Matt. The likes of Delhi, the likes of Winks and things like that.
He might change the team up, mightn't he? He might change it up a little bit on Wednesday. I don't know. Be interesting to see. Because I mean, West Ham are going to defend a lot better than Liverpool did. West Ham do not play a high line. They're going to sit behind the ball and they're going to try and counter-attack us. Because that's exactly what they did against Liverpool. And they've done it all season, really, even at home.
But you know what, Matt? I saw West Ham against Arsenal. They weren't great. They weren't great against Arsenal. I think we can get out. If we play like that today, mate, against Liverpool, I think we will take West Ham to the cleaners. I really do. Watson says Winksy was good. Simon says Gary Neville should join the Labour Party and be an MP. He's good at slamming the government, but he's a rubbish pundit and couldn't find his arse with both hands. No idea what he's talking about. Good old Simon.
Comment of the night.
Comment of the night. Don't just Simon. Edward says Harry Kane played well, but Harry should have had a hat-trick, really.
He knows himself. He was a bit gutted, I think that, but he's getting those chances again. And when you keep giving him those chances, I told you he got one today. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on a run.
But to me, Matt, on a Tottenham perspective, going forward, against under Nuno, we would have probably lost this thing. I really mean that as well. Would have lost this.
We would have seen no patterns.
No patterns. We would have no
team. It really is.
It's not a completely different team, mate. It's just ideas, isn't it? It's
coached
just
differently, coached better,
and set up well. And
I think if you're a player, you want to play for Conte. You're seeing him on the sideline. He's giving everything, his passion. I mean, imagine what he's like on a training ground. He must be. He must be fun, but he also must be like draining as well. But you want to play for him, and you know if you're
Yeah.
not going to play for him, you're out the door, mate, or you're sitting on
Exactly
the
what
bench.
Jay Redknapp and Jermaine said. It's great to see Dele like this because Dele now knows he can't slip off because if he slips off again, he won't have it. And so this is probably a blessing for Dele. To me today, it was close between Dele. I could have gave it to Dele as well
Yeah.
because I think he was fantastic today.
Even the arrogance
really
was
thought-
backing him on it. He was doing the flicks and he was going round people. He was being a bit nasty. And I seem to remember there was something in the first half and it got me rolled up. And I was like, there he is. Where have you been for 2 years?
But
Just
yeah,
get the haircut done now. Just get the old back and sides and we got
Yeah,
and
that's
he can
it.
come back. Get rid of those dreadlocks.
basic haircut. I mean, but to me, going forward, if this is what we've got to look forward to, I think we're in for a right treat under Conte. I really do. To get the probably the players back fit as well, the players we're missing, and to add to it in January, Matt. I mean, this is what we were saying. I mean, is if all can't see what we saw today, and if they can say, right, we're back in with one or two great players in January, what he wants. I'm not saying he'll take us to win us a title this season, not a chance, but he'll definitely give us a chance of hitting that top four this year. I
It is
really
a
do.
couple of players, but I think we're looking more into the summer, aren't we? Where we're going to be looking for a big window or like a real, because you got more time. But we could do with one or two in January, definitely.
Absolutely. So Jake, just wrap it up, mate. Where do Liverpool go from here? And do you say to yourself, we'll dust off over our shoulder now? We'll be all right.
They got to get Van Dijk back.
Yeah. How important to get Virgil back, mate? I mean, okay, it's only it's COVID, isn't it, with Virgil, isn't it? So
Yeah.
he'll be probably back for the if it's not next week, probably for the weekend. So
And Henderson hasn't got COVID, has he? Apparently it's a cold.
no.
From what I'm hearing.
Did you see that though? Was that a bit of a hint from Klopp at the beginning of before the game begin? He was talking about that. Did you see it?
I did, yeah, and I was like.
And did you see the way that was a sarcastic comment there? He said Virgil's got COVID, but Henderson's out. He's with an illness, a cold. As the way he said it, a cold. Is that like a dig at the government restrictions of this COVID thing at the minute, and like everyone's flipping testing positive over like a cold and man flu and things like this at the minute? You know what I mean? It's a common cold, and I think that's what Klopp was trying to get at. You know what I mean? Because I think it's not only Klopp. Tuchel was very, very annoyed after the Chelsea game. He wants clarification. What's going on?
I think we all do. We all do, mate. Do you know what I mean? I think
he said it's funny. He said, "Should we train? Should we go home? Should we turn up against Brentford? Should we not? What should we do?" I mean, it's very frustrating. And so, to me, I think they'll play. I think apparently there's about 16 managers in favour to continue. So it's only a couple who don't want to do it.
the meeting's tomorrow, isn't it? So
the meeting's
we'll find
tomorrow.
out a bit more in the next week, I suppose. But yeah,
Absolutely. But overall, Jake, where does Liverpool go from here, matey? And what do you expect for the rest of the season going on?
So, in terms of going forward, like you lot, we've got, if it goes ahead, Leicester on Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup, like you lot. Whether that goes ahead or not, I don't know. I don't know what Leicester's situation is. So, yeah, we win that on Wednesday night. We're in a semi-final against either probably you lot. Sunderland will beat Arsenal, so Sunderland, hopefully, and either then Brentford or Chelsea. And then obviously I don't know, is the semi-final 2 legs this year? Or
they're discussing it, aren't they? I think
we're talking about that, man. Yeah.
Some people want some. I think they even said on Super. I think Klopp said it. Go to do 1 leg. He said, I don't care where it is, if it's at a neutral play, wherever it is. He said it's too many games with this congestion fixture. He said, with the situation we're in, he said, just for this year, just do 1 leg in the semi-final. You don't need 2. You don't need them.
Yeah, I'd rather it be one leg anyway.
Yeah.
2 legs, especially with the current situation, it just seems a bit of a stretch to do 2 legs. And then it's Leeds Boxing Day. And then 2 days after, we've got Leicester away. And then we've got Chelsea away, I think, New Year's Day. So that'll be a big test for us because obviously with Robertson suspended, Robertson will be suspended.
3 games now, isn't it?
So he'll be out for that. In terms of the rest of the season, like us to go far in the League Cup. We've got Shrewsbury in the FA Cup. We should
Do you think Klopp will take it seriously, this League Cup?
The issue is we haven't got players to rotate. We've got players out. The players that would normally not play in the Carabao Cup are out anyway.
Yeah.
In terms of Van Dijk and stuff, they wouldn't normally play in it anyway.
Because obviously he's done it before, hasn't he? Where I think it was against Villa, didn't he? He put the kids out and he threw the competition. So I don't know.
Yeah. And then we've got, in terms of further down the line, we've got Inter Milan in the Champions League, so that should be a good occasion. See how far we can get in that. And then the title, it depends. I think ultimately Liverpool are going to have to go to Stamford Bridge and the Etihad, and I think we've got to take at least a victory in one of them.
Yeah.
In terms of if we're going to, because playing catch up to City or chasing points for City, we did it for like 6 months between a point, and I think City won 14 games in a row, so we can't rely on City to drop points essentially. So we've got to get above City and then just win our games. So
I mean, looking at it though, I don't think you need Van Dijk for Leeds. I don't think you do. I think you've got enough to beat them.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he'll be back for Leicester and probably the bigger games coming up. So I mean, that's what I would do with him. I'd probably let him get fitter, see how he's reacting to whatever symptoms he's got. And yeah, I mean, you should be beating Leeds, like I say. I mean, they've looked pretty woeful, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's at Anfield as well, so you'd expect to be beating Leeds at home anyway. So, but in terms of you lot, has today changed your, I won't say expectations, but maybe thoughts and belief that you can get something out of the season in terms of trophy-wise? What's the situation with the Conference League? What's like? Are you in it? Are you out of it?
Honestly, I don't actually know. I'd rather just throw the competition, to be honest. I think they've taken the piss out of us, to be honest. And I think, we've pretty much been forced to play by UEFA, and who don't give a shit really about like player safety or anything. So if it was me and I was a player and I was the club, it's a bit of extra money in European competition, but I'd tell them to stick it up their arse. You know what I mean? Because I think UEFA are very bad with player safety and things like that. The game must go ahead at all costs to them. And I just think it's a bit of a disgrace. And I think how Rennes handled the situation, I'm glad they lost the other day after they did that. But I think they.
We have offered to go to their stadium and play it in France.
We could have bloody played it if they called off the game against Leicester, didn't they, a couple of days before? I mean, that was just a joke that they called that off on the day. I just think that could have been fitted in, but I'd rather get out of it, Simon. I don't want to have to do a bloody playoff for 2 legs.
To me, I think we have got the squad. We can go far in it, I think, me personally. But I'm with Matt. They're just pissing us about. They're just taking the piss out of us. To me, if we had a chance to throw it, I'll throw that and I'll concentrate getting that top 4. I'll take top 4 over going any further in that competition.
Maybe the League Cup or the FA Cup. We'll try and go as far as we can, because I do think that would be nice. I think the League Cup could be gettable. I do.
But to me, expectations under Conte is risen. You know what I mean? And we knew this, didn't it, Matt? When he come in, we knew what sort of manager what the things he'll bring. It's all down to Levy now, Jake, and us Tottenham fans just waiting now. We're just waiting to see what Levy, if he backs Conte right with the players he wants. As I said to Matt earlier, I'm not after all these fancy names, what's in the papers and the back of these articles.
We've tried it, haven't we? We've been with all these summer Ndombele's a fancy name. So
I just want the players that Conte wants to fit his philosophy, to fit his the way he wants to play. So I trust Conte, and Matt actually texted me earlier, and he sent me the lineup, and all I said to Matt is just trust Conte. I mean, Conte, we know what a top manager, and it turned out to be okay, he got it right today. I mean, and the player performed.
What he's come out with as well. What he's been praising Harry Winks like nothing. I've been reading it on Twitter saying he really impressed me in training, his work ethic, his commitment. You saw it on the pitch today.
Yeah, I mean, mate,
it's mad thinking about this. I'm just like,
it's crazy because it's 1 week we absolutely want him out of the club, and there's another week he plays like this. It's the consistency in our team, Matt, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
To me, I want to see more from Dele because that's the one I want. Because I know what Dele can bring.
You know he can add 10 to 12 goals into that team each season. He gets going.
And I think he's going to play Dele more often because the way he said it after the game as well. He said that the way I set up today with a 3-5-2 with Dele, how he dropped and doing the late runs into the box. So, I mean, it worked today, and Dele had a lot of energy today. He had a lot about him, and I think hopefully
he had a lot to prove.
Yeah, he's got a lot to prove. Obviously, got a lot to prove. I mean, it's his last chance now because Conte won't have it, would he? I mean, so
apparently on Twitter after the game, he went he read the comments of him starting and like loads of Spurs fans, and he liked all the ones that like said, "Oh no, not Dele, get him out," and all that. Apparently, he's liked them all. Apparently, so
the thing is with Dele, it's frustrating.
Yeah, he's got ability.
He's a good player, and Jermaine Defoe said after the game he really does hope that this is now the start of Dele again because he said I'm telling you now I played against him and he said he's an unbelievable talent. You know what I mean? And to me, going forward as well, Jake, under Conte, I expect us to play like this week in, week out.
Excited again. I think we're just excited again. We just want to watch us play again, and
get back to the top 4. That's what I want in the season, to get back to the top 4.
I'll give it one hell of a go. Give it and try and get a good cut run if we can. We're still in transition, but I'm seeing a hell of a difference under this, and I did under Nuno under 3 months. So, what could he do with a pre-season? As well.
But going back to Liverpool, Jay, I don't think you've nothing to worry about, mate. I think
that'd be right.
The quality you got there, mate, I think showed today. I mean, so I wouldn't worry too much, mate. You got a point today, you know what I mean? And people come to Tottenham's probably an easy pushover, mate. And I'm glad we gave as good as we gave today, you know what I mean? And we turned up and we went toe to toe, and that's what we're looking for. Some fucking balls. I want
to see it in an away game now because we've been crap away from home. Haven't been good enough away from home.
It's not just UEFA. They're all crap. We're gonna be dealing with this pandemic for the next couple of years, and rather than plan for that and prioritise, we have pointless international breaks. Absolutely, you can scrap these international. I flipping hate them. Dele looked quality at times today. Today's performance was reminiscent of Redknapp's regime, and so fun to watch, but frustrating as well because we missed so many chances. But we were out of our seats and entertained. Can't ask for more. Absolutely. I couldn't agree even more with that. Derek, the same top 4 in the FA Cup. I'll take that all day long. Me personally. So Jake, thanks for coming on, pal. And it was a good game. I'm glad it was an end-to-end, not one we've seen before, 0-0 ball draws and one-sided games. It was really good. I mean, really good to see. And I don't know. I'm gutted we didn't get the
still ain't beat us since the 4-1. You still ain't beat us.
Maybe, you never know. We'll go to Anfield. We'll surprise you. Conte's a man, you know. But Jake, thanks for coming on, mate. Absolute pleasure to have you on.
No worries.
Liverpool, good luck to you against Leeds. Oh no, Leicester first in the cup.
Yeah, on Wednesday night.
Tough game. Same as us. I think we've got the more. I think we've got the more tougher game. Us. West Ham always fucking turns up against us.
They're going to raise the level, and they've been on a bit of a
shit run, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes. It's always against us. saw everyone played
Yeah,
shit
it's
and
about
all.
time. It's about time we surprised them and played out of our skin like we did today and go and beat them, because we
Absolutely.
need to give them a loss. I really do think that.
Absolutely. So, Jake, thanks for coming on, mate, and we'll have you on anytime, mate. Anytime you want to come on, mate, always welcome, pal.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries.
Right, Jake, nice one. And I'll catch you soon, lad.
Yeah, Jake,
Nice.
don't
See you
worry.
soon.
I'll keep that tweet quiet,
Come
all right,
on,
mate? Don't worry.
Come on,
I'll
Spurs.
delete it. I'll delete it.
Yeah.
Big up, Jake. Big up, Jake. What a man. As me and Matt said, we just wanted the team to turn up today, team
Yeah.
to have some balls, and I think we're happy. I think we're happy with what we saw.
I think gutted, but bloody
gutted.
proud. But bloody proud of the work rate and I think we've got our Spurs back, maybe, or it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming, isn't it? It's coming. That's probably what we can say. It's coming. We can see a difference. When someone said, I think Jane Redknapp or something said to Jermaine after the show, "Have you seen a difference?" And Jermaine did. I mean, absolutely. That's the first word he said. Absolutely. He said, "You can tell the way Conte's got his team playing." I mean, and he's got. And do you know what I like about him, Matt? He's got players as we keep Dyer, Davies, and Winks, and he's got Dele Alli. Got a tune out of him at the minute. I mean, and Session as well. I think he had a really good game today. I mean, not
he did, mate.
too much going forward. I think that's down to Conte. I think he did say double up. I really do. Help out Davies with Salah. I really do.
It worked. It worked. It did work. It was just a good, tactical performance. And I have to say, that Harry Kane celebration was brilliant. The passion, he needed that, didn't he? I mean, that was like I'm coming again, sort of thing. Like,
absolutely.
But I haven't seen that in him for all this season, I suppose. But he looks like he's slowly getting there.
Absolutely, Matt, and he'll definitely get there. He needs.
And I mean, the goal he scored wasn't easy, was it? It was a great finish.
Fantastic finish. I mean, typical Harry Kane. He does it. He's been doing that for years. Make that finish. He knows, but he did have to look, did he? Just.
I mean, at least our star striker hasn't been dropped.
Yeah, and stripped of the captaincy.
Obama who? Obama what?
Yeah, exactly. But after all that, mate, I think if you go down all the messes we've done, I think Delhi. I'll go back on the Delhi's one. If you look at it in slow motion, if you look at it again, Matt, on another angle, he had so much time to think about where he's going to put this, and he should have saw. He's bent. He's dived down. He's dived down to his left. He should have just put it into the keeper's right. You know what I mean? But here we go. Only good thing was I captain Jota instead of Salah.
Oh, lucky
thinking
you.
had COVID. Hey, go on, lad. So yeah, overall, I'll say what a performance. Okay, we could have won it. We should have won it. I'll say we should have won it. I'll tell you now. They had the possession, but we had the chances.
But realistically, when we saw that team coming out, did any of us think maybe we'll be lucky if we get a draw or get something out the game?
I did say if Delhi was playing, he needs a big game from Delhi, and we got it today from Delhi. For Tungi as well, first half, I say he blew out in the second.
He needs to get fitter, doesn't he? He needs to get fitter. Tungi. I can't see him starting many games, to be honest. I think, but
that, Matt,
he could be good at coming on and supplying that, creativity.
Maybe find another spot in that
maybe it's between him and Delhi in that sort of 3-5-2 in that number 10 position. I still wouldn't rule out myself. So I'm just saying, if he can do what he's done with Winks and Day, what could he do with someone like Gio? I mean, I was kind of maybe thinking he was going to come on, especially with the last 10 minutes down to 10 men. You might as well go for that bit more, but I'm not going to have a go at Conte because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But obviously, Delhi played the full 90, didn't he, as well, which was great.
Absolutely. So, Matt, overall, I think us Spurs fans, we should be delighted. Really delighted.
I mean, if we look, Liverpool are in very good form. They're playing really well. They're third in the league.
you can minus their missing players and things like that, Matty. They've still got a good team.
Yeah, exactly. They still had that front three: Arnold, Robertson.
Very good experience as well. I mean, they had Trent, they had Robbo, Salah, Mane,
Milner's very experienced midfielder.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And Naby Keita's a very good player as well.
I mean, Kanate, he's not a bad player, is he?
Yeah,
Played in the Champions League. Matip.
So, to me, if you say out the two teams, you will definitely fancy the Liverpool team over the Tottenham team. I just thought we had a lot more resilience today, a lot more fight in us.
Fair play to the crowd as well today. I thought they really praised their game
really good today.
in that second half, especially they've got it rocking, especially even after when the Liverpool goal went in, it raised. Spurs felt it and they raised the game.
Was it Son's miss at the end? Sonny, he missed at the end.
It was offside, and it was saved, wasn't it? It was saved.
And Dele as well, where he's passed it into Kane and trickled up, innit? It trickled up, he's hit Alisson.
We're looking better from corners as well. We're looking more dangerous from everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
And we. I mean, how long's he been here now? What, just over a month?
Isn't it about a month and a half? And it's something like that.
And he's had COVID to deal with as well. So we've had 2 weeks off. I mean, I was worried we weren't gonna be putting that sort of amount of energy in.
I was worried about the form because we was in quite a good form, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, but to me, overall, mate, I think the best is still to come. Me personally, get all the players, and I think he will be backed. I think 100%. 100%.
I think he cannot. I think, like I said, Levy knows he's got to get this right.
To me, they've got to be bold. They've got to be strong, mate. They've got to be resilient. They've got to go out and go get this flat pitch. They really have to. What I saw today, that finish of his today, unbelievable. The guy is a machine, man. I'm telling you. And for 21, mate, I think he's going to be all right. We don't get him now in January, mate. He's gone to a bigger club in
I am thinking though, with like that 3-5-2. I mean, where does Son play if you're going to get Vlahovic?
We can fit Son in there.
Maybe in the 10, or maybe Son up front with Vlahovic, Kane in the 10.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. You can switch it around, doesn't it?
Yeah, or it just gives you an option, doesn't it? You could even, if you just wanted to, Vlahovic could play the cup games or other, games maybe like against the Leeds, he could play up front if Kane needs a rest.
Absolutely. But Newcastle apparently have offered 100 million.
I know.
Sterling.
He won't go there. He won't go there.
Yeah, he'll never go there because.
Why would he go there? They're a sinking ship.
Yeah, very sinking ship. I think Newcastle. I think they'll struggle to get Ali. I mean,
well, if he keeps playing like that, mate, I want him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we've been here before, mate. We have been here before, so we just need to. But hopefully, it will give him confidence today. But I do think he needs to play in that 3-5-2 role. That could be the formation. Could be.
Statman Stubbs, Liverpool fan, saying challenge on Jota was a blatant penalty. Robertson was a blatant red card, but so was Kane's no consistency in the Premier League. Statman Stubbs, thanks for subscribing today. We subscribe to yours. The Jota was a penalty. I'll say that. Robertson's was a blatant red card, but I still stand my word, mate. I don't think it was malicious. Like what Robertson, that was malicious. There's two. There's two different things about that.
Yeah. I'm going to kick you because you're pissing me off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I've seen Kane. I've seen it over and over and over again. But to me, it looks worse. Slow down. That's I mean,
in the eyes of the law, it is a red according to the law. But I want my strike. I want him to be doing that. That's the Kane we know, fighting for everything. That's the passion that he has. When he's putting in a tackle and putting his body on the line, he wants to be at the club, and that is a positive for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake says, "What do you make of Trippier going to Newcastle?" Reportedly, he's over the hills. Trippier. I know what Matt thinks. Trippier.
I mean, he's been really good for Atletico. I think I can't believe he wants to go to Newcastle. I mean,
I don't.
it's
I
likely
don't-
going to be relegated. It must be money, mate. It must be. Unless
Yeah.
I know he's from. He's originally like Burnley way, isn't he? Up north. So maybe he wants to
Yeah.
go back to that sort of route and go back with his family, and they can maybe go and live back with all his other family rather than in Spain. That's the only. And it must be a big payout. I mean, but I don't know. If I was him, I'd probably stay at Atletico, but. I mean, you're playing in the Champions League and under a very good manager in Diego Simeone.
Richard says, was you out coming for the 27th December lockdown, Simon? We look green crack. I was out Friday night, and I'm getting over it now. I was literally I haven't drunk that much before. Absolutely, I was drinking since about 10 in the morning.
He's having a good night, guys. He's just having a good night.
And
He works hard.
we went out and flipping out. It was one after the other. Never drunk so much in my life. So I'm never doing that again. Trust me. Flipping out. I was singing all night long as well. That's probably why I ain't got a voice. Man, I've never done so much singing. Jesus flipping Christ. But yeah, but I'm all right. I'm all right, Rich. Me personally, mate. Could we finish third? I'll say fourth, Rich. I won't go
Third
greedy.
could be hard.
Won't go greedy on finishing.
I mean, you never know. You just never know.
Absolutely. We don't know until I think we see it consistency, isn't it, Matt? Until we see this on a consistent basis, it's very hard to say where Spurs will finish.
I think it was just nice to see us go toe to toe with a big team. I think all the London derbies we've seen this season, all the big teams we've played, we've been pretty much hammered, haven't we? All the London derbies, we've lost 3-0. So just to see some passion and bring it on, mate.
Says you deserve it, mate. You work hard for us fans. I bet Matt was in the gym on Friday night.
Friday morning, actually, but yeah.
Matt will be on his shenanigans soon. I expect.
Oh yeah, mate. I'm sort of winding down a little bit now. Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off, and then it's pretty much all the way through till after Christmas. So yeah, I'll be having a few and eating too much food, but why not? It's only one day.
Absolutely. And I think Ed Watson, this comment just finishes off the stream. Very, very in my favour. I think Harry Kane's yellow was a genuine attempt at the ball. I really do, and I think that's how I look at it. And Robson's was a deliberate chop down. It was two different types. And don't get it mixed up when you're talking about the Robbo's tackle and thing. There's no attempt for the ball.
There's malice in that kick. I'm telling you, there is. It's like he's pissed off and he's gone, right, I'm having you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was impressed with Emerson Royale because he could have went at Robbo and he didn't, did he? But
Sanchez thought he scored her, didn't they? Well, Sanchez went, fuck you off. Come on, you want some of this, he said.
But overall, I can say that Ed wasn't. I think Emerson was really good today.
Yeah. I think needs to get better at crossing. He really does.
Yeah, I think he'll get there, Matt. I really do. Yeah. But to me, the strength in him, mate, he's unbelievable, mate. He's really hard to knock off the ball.
He's getting forward a bit more now. He didn't sit back as much today, so that was good.
But the thing is, Matt, it's probably up. We can go back to Conte as well, Matt, saying, is Conte telling him to do this? You know what I mean? Probably instructions from Conte. This is probably why we're not seeing him much going forward. He's saying Sanchez was quality this afternoon. I think, couple reckless tackles still. He's got it in him, Matt, in it, Sanchez. But I think overall he was a sound performance again. So overall, Matt, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Disappointed we're not putting them chance away. But
are we gonna wake up? Are we gonna wake up tomorrow annoyed? No. Probably going to enjoy, maybe annoyed that we missed the chances.
You'll probably wake up tomorrow looking at them chances again.
Yeah. But the key thing for me is team performance. Everyone in the team put a shift in. And that is what the best teams do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cole says, I'm happy, shame we didn't win, but lots of positives. Absolutely, Cole. Absolutely. Thanks for coming in, pal. And thanks for everyone's coming today. Absolutely. Thanks for Brian Daigle for coming on. Jake, the Liverpool fan. Appreciate you coming on, guys. Everyone in the chat. So yeah, we're in the stream there. And after a very good performance, I'll say, from Tottenham today, against a very good Liverpool side. Don't get it wrong today. I mean, they've still got top quality in that starting 11 today. So from me, from Simon from Premier Hotspur TV, guys, and from co-host Matt as well, we've been Premier Hotspur TV, and we're going to say bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in. Don't know when the next one will be. Probably, I don't know if Fancy for free.
I mean, we've got to do a preview if it's going ahead. I mean, surely.
Yeah, we'll do a preview for the West Ham.
Yeah.
We'll get someone on for the West Ham one. We'll keep rolling on, upwards and onwards. Absolutely, Carl. So we will definitely get something done for, if it's still on. That's what Matt said. Got to watch out, guys. But watch out, guys, because we'll definitely bring you, if it's on, we'll definitely bring a preview and a reaction to that game as well. So Edwards to say was a bit of an opportunity missed today for me, but boys played very well. Take care, Simon and Matt.
Thank you, mate. You too. Look after yourself.
Thanks for your comments. Look after yourself, guys. Stay safe. Listen to Boris Johnson, his wacky worlds. Look out for the Christmas party, Christmas Eve outside Downing Street. I think it's going to be a bit of fun. This apparently over 600,000 people was attending this.
Wow.
So it says on then, don't bring no mask, no social distancing, bring some nibbles, bring a drink, and we'll party away. That's what the message is from the one who's delivering this. You know what I mean? But it'll sit back and just laugh at it, because outside Downing Street, mate, it's going to be classic. It's going to be
I think
absolutely.
there's enough people, space-wise.
It's going to be unbelievable, mate. It's going to be unbelievable. Are you doing an Xmas quiz? We are. I haven't got it. We are. I'll get onto Matt. We will do one over Christmas. Maybe just after Boxing Day or something. Let's have Christmas and Boxing Day with the families and that. And me and Matt will get on it.
Yeah.
Not a problem with that, Jake.
Be a
We'll
Christmas / I suppose just before New Year quiz.
Yeah. All about politics, COVID.
Oh God.
So I hope you know everything about COVID, guys, because certainly we've been there.
Guess how many jabs you'll have in 5 years' time.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we are going to be out now, guys. So it will be, when did we play, Matt? Thursday night?
Wednesday night, mate.
Wednesday night. So maybe Tuesday. Me and Matt will do a preview for that one. So with Matt, so you were working Wednesday, Matt?
I might try and work something out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know, because I'm off Wednesday. So
Okay,
if you're off Wednesday, can we do it on during the day or something? So,
Okay.
Right. Good night. God bless, guys. And we'll leave you with this. Good night. God bless, guys. And come on, you Spurs. Come on, guys.
Come on, you Spurs.